Now, a lot of the challenges during these years swirl around freedom. A lot of the challenges during these years, again, upper high school, college, young adulthood, a lot of the challenges swirl around freedom. Now, if you lived away at college for this last year and you're going home for the summer, for example, you'll have had the freedom to set your schedule and make many of your own choices for the last 9 months. Right? You've been living with some roommates and you've pretty much run your schedule. And suddenly, in 3 weeks, you find yourself back home, and you might suddenly find yourself answering questions from your mom about how late you plan to stay out, or your dad wondering why you're sleeping in till noon. And just for the record, your pastor back at college is also wondering why you're sleeping in till noon. Right? But suddenly, maybe you have a number more questions than you've had for the last number of months. You've been running your schedule. You get up when you want to get up. You do your homework when you want to do your homework. You go to bed when you want to go to bed, and you go to your classes, and you make a bunch of decisions. And all of a sudden, you find yourself back home, and mom's knocking on your door. Did you brush your teeth? And part of you is tempted to be deeply offended by that. I've survived for 9 months, Mom. Right? Why are you asking me that? Right? What time are you going to be home? Nobody's asked you for when you're going to be home for the last number of months. Right? It's tempting to be offended. So first off, if you're going home for the summer, then prepare your heart to be under more authority for the summer. Are you going home? Are you going to live in your parents' house? Then prepare your heart now. You're going into their house, under their authority. Okay? That's part of the deal. Now, do they have responsibilities? Yes. And are there certain things that God calls them to, and respecting where you are in life? Sure, yes. There's a word there, but that's not the word for this message. The word for this message is you prepare your heart. You prepare your heart. If you're going home, prepare your heart to go home. And that means you're going home to live under the authority of mom and dad. Prepare your heart for that. They will probably be paying for a lot of your food, if not all of it. Not to mention a bunch of other stuff like keeping the heat on, or I guess it's summertime, so the AC, and, summer vacation, and clothes, and maybe gas, maybe car insurance, maybe your car. If you're living in their house, you need to submit to their house rules. Prepare your heart, right? But think about it rightly. They're providing all this good stuff for you. They're providing so well for you. Be grateful. Be joyful. Now, if you're still in high school and your parents basically provide everything all the time, your central heart attitude also needs to be deep gratitude. Deep gratitude and willing submission. And in our community, I've given messages, you've heard lots of messages. We do believe that children are to be launched. We do believe that parents ought to be aiming to launch their children, and and I encourage parents that towards the end of high school, tell your son, tell your daughter, assuming they're doing well, tell them that they're free. Give them freedom to begin living as adults. I think there's an important principle there. But that's not for you to decide, senior in high school. That's not for you to demand, freshman in college. Your disposition is to be honor. Your disposition is to be obedience. Your disposition is to be deep, deep gratitude. Don't be a Dudley Dursley fussing about only having 36 birthday presents. Right? All these things, all this stuff that my parents are giving me, but I can't go to my friend's house for whatever reason. Your mom says, no, not this time, or your dad says, not this time, or we're not going to go on that trip, or we're not going to do that movie, or whatever it might be. Right? That's you fussing about the 37th present. Only 36. Don't do that. Second, the path to true freedom is taking responsibility. The path to true freedom is taking responsibility. Freedom is not doing whatever you want whenever you want it. Despite the inundation you're getting all day long from everything on social media, Freedom is not doing whatever you want whenever you want it. That is not freedom. That is actually a form of tyranny. Doing whatever you want whenever you want it is a form of tyranny. In Proverbs 28:15, it says this: "As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people." Right? What's a tyrant? A tyrant is someone who does whatever they want whenever they want it, regardless of how it affects themselves, regardless of how it affects those around them. You're acting like a roaring lion or a raging bear. Or he might also call you a Democrat. Don't be a Democrat. Taking responsibility means using your time wisely. Taking responsibility means using your time wisely, fulfilling your obligations, doing your chores, showing up to your job on time, without your parents having to wake you up, without your parents having to nudge you and bug you and poke you and say, "Are you going to be on time? Are you going to be on time?" Take responsibility. That's true freedom. Think about how your actions or how your plans might affect those around you. What's your family plans? What are your parents doing? What are your siblings doing? What are other people doing? How do your plans fit? Are you thinking like that? Or are you just that roaring lion and raging bear? I want what I want, what I want. That's tyranny. That's slavery. That's not freedom. Serve your family gladly. Serve them gladly. For brethren, you have been called unto liberty, only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. Galatians 5:13. Third, after getting your heart right and embracing your responsibilities, so those are the first two steps. Get your heart right. First of all, just make sure your heart is in the right place. Joyful submission. Joyful, glad honor. My parents have given me so much. God has blessed me so much. There's your heart. Your heart's in the right place. Make sure it's there. Deep joy, deep peace, no resentment, no bitterness. Then take responsibility. Are you embracing your responsibilities? Cheerful attitude, doing your chores gladly, getting the things done that you've been assigned to do gladly, taking responsibility. Then, if your mom is still asking you if you brushed your teeth, try having a cheerful, not exasperated conversation about it. Hey, Mom, can I ask you about something? Sure, what? Well, do you think I could just take care of brushing my teeth? Would that be okay? Remember, parents are just people. And sometimes they're on autopilot, and sometimes, you know what? Your mom loves being your mom. She loves being your mom. And you're growing up, and she knows that, and that's hard. She loves being your mom. Like, think about that. Like, it's not her pestering you, probably. It might be a little bit, but it's not. A lot of times it's just, she just loves being your mom. She just loves that. It's been her glory. I mean, that's like the highest glory a woman is given, this motherhood, and you're home for the summer. She hasn't seen you in so many months. She's missed you. She's thought about you. She's prayed for you. She's longed for you. And sometimes she's a little hovery. Like, give her a break. She carried you in her womb for 9 months. She gave birth to you. She changed a lot of your diapers. She can ask you sometimes if you've brushed your teeth. And if your heart's in the right place, you can talk to her about it. You can have a conversation. Parents are people too.